So it's been well over 3 weeks since the last part of this series, and I do have my whole slew of reasons for it. First, we were locking in on the location, but scheduling the scouting was a whole lot more annoying and just a total nightmare. A bunch of places just didn't respond on time, so we had to push back a week or so, and others just got back to us a little late, and so just bringing in the DP, because there's only a few days you could come in the week. Anyways, once we got kind of that rolling, we also realized that we had to do a $45 deposit, which directly went into like the full payment that we'd have to make for the location. But it also meant that if we scouted and we didn't like it, it's likely that we just lost $45. So in order to save money, we wanted to anyways book one place at one time for scouting. And so we'd go there, we'd check it out, and if we liked it, we'd finalize and start going like to talking and negotiating and all that other stuff, instead of going to several places and then realizing the first place we went was the one we actually liked.
Okay, and you didn't like them?
No,
okay.
It's just small. It's just really tight. Like getting the camera in there is going to be kind of a pain. So that's like the only thing I would really consider. But everything else is pretty dope.
Progress has just been slow, moving but slow nevertheless. So like currently at this moment, we are prepping for a January 11th and 12th shoot. Initially we were going to do a December, but just couldn't line up the crew and cast for any date. And now we just feel like, given like a month pushback, we should be plenty great for the prep work we need and locking the dates and stuff. Here's also an interesting tidbit for like a behind the curtains note. I wanted to, for this specific episode, one of the reasons why we waited was I wanted to wait until we locked the location to release the episode. It's just possible that it might have sidetracked any plausible negotiations we were trying to do. And so I kind of did want to just wait and let the location that we were trying to go for, let all the paperwork finish and let it lock before we uploaded this. But moving on, so we went on a location scout. It was both me and the DP and my friend that was going to help shoot this episode for when we went there. The DP and I loved the location. There are some hurdles we both acknowledge. The hours we're going to get to shoot are one, but even that aside, the washroom was slightly bit small, but the main area aside from the washroom was just great. And I think that we both realized that we could probably pull something off in the washroom, and that's not where like 90% of the film is, right? So we were really excited about the location, and the location is really great. It's like from the World War II era. It has a lot of character, and that like part of that is like when we film, we just think that it'll really come alive, and so we really liked it.
And initially when we were getting issues with like finding locations, he's like, yeah, you can shoot. I'm like, it needs to be a certain look, but the washroom is it's. I mean, from every washroom that we've been, it has this like kind of standard look.
Yeah. So we could just shoot the washroom somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the big thing is like I don't want to like have to get a separate full location for that.
Yeah.
So the idea is like I'm gonna be like, hey, what does your washroom look like?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe just get them to check that out. But like this actual like location here.
Yeah.
And like I love the look, and it's so minimal, so we could just dress it a lot without having to like really.
Yeah.
Like the last place, that was so much stuff. So this is really easy. And I think I want to talk to Tamara a little bit more about like getting maybe stuff that matches. Like not so modern, maybe getting like those lampshades and stuff that I wanted before, because last time she didn't get the red ones.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah. And we'll be having I mean, we're spending now money more on the location, but I'm doing a few video games, so I'm going to try putting a little bit even more money into it.
Yeah.
Especially for like the art and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll be able to push that a little bit.
Another big note, we brought on another producer. His name is Jake Ide. Yeah, I just like, I was talking to Craig and he brought the idea in, and I feel like it's great because it's really going to help me get off of my producer foot, I guess. Like I'm still EP, but it's like, especially as we get closer and closer, he's going to be a huge help, and he's just going to like really get my mind off of all of that, which is kind of like what I'm hoping for, I guess. The issue is like they all kind of like live pretty far away. Jake lives in Hamilton. Craig lives like pretty far north, like an hour or so, and so we've been just doing production meetings on Skype. Never got the chance to record the screen and stuff like that. Didn't have all of that set up, but I'm gonna make sure I get the next one for sure, and give you some insight on like what those kind of meetings are like and what we kind of discuss and go through, which could be helpful. But now, like with the production meeting done, and with now we have like a month left, or a little bit more than a month. Right now it's just a bunch of messaging and calling crew and cast, and just making sure I'm bringing back the ones that are especially really wanting to work with, or people that are found on the way that I'm like, oh, you know what, I really want to work with you, and just making sure that the dates work for everyone. I do think that we're gonna really try to stick for the 11th and 12th unless something drastic happens. For a typical film, a lot of this time would also be given to like my shot listing, sitting down with the DP and other creative heads and having discussions about ideas and luck and what the film I'm going for, and then also talking to the actors, trying to schedule rehearsals, which I'm still gonna try to do, but a lot of that work for me has already been done. I do want to do it again, especially for the new location like shot lists and stuff like that, but doing it once and almost shooting the film really brings down your level of stress, and I think that that's part of the reason why I'm not so worried, which is really rare. At this point I'd be like constantly reading over the script over and over and over again, looking at shot lists over and over and over again, just to know it so well that when we shoot it's like cemented in my mind, so that when it does come time to like break out of the ideas, you've kind of like created yourself a base to work with. So I really think that's going to be it for this episode. You can just follow us on Instagram, subscribe to this channel, and click the notification button to see more stuff. I'm going to be doing this hopefully a lot more frequently now. It also depends on I don't want to just post the parts to post the parts. I want them to have some sort of content, and so a big part of it is just kind of dictating, okay, well, what are we doing for it? And then does it now officially hold enough value to be able to segregate it as a part in the series. Links are all in the description. Huge thanks to Mageesan to helping me out with some of the shooting stuff that we did, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace.